Hello, CQ, the old friends net. This is N4LQ. November 4, Lima, Quebec. Steve in Shelby, North Carolina. The old friends net is an amplitude modulation net, and we like to use it and talk about it. And anybody that can generate an AM signal is more than welcome to join us. We operate here on Sundays at 5 p.m. and on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. here on 3715. So those wishing to check in, please call now.
Good morning, Steve, WA4LLR.
WB4ARK.
KZ4 Bravo.
K4GDN.
WB4NKL.
K4JAL.
W4MEC.
All right, got Charlie there and recognize that ART13. All right, here's what we got so far. WA4LLR, WB4, ARK, KZ4B, K4GDN, WB4NKL, K4JAL, and W4MEC. Let me make an adjustment here. It's running a little too much power. Sometimes this Viking Challenger that I'm using is unpredictable. Sometimes it likes to put out a lot of power, and other times it doesn't. And I got up this morning, it was only putting out about 3 or 4 watts. And I messed with the grid drive, and it went on up where it should be. And now it's higher than it ought to be, so I had to cut it back a little bit. You never know about the old thing. Well, let's see. It's 56 degrees here in Shelby, kind of cool. Looks like dry weather is setting in for the spell here. Don't see any rain in the forecast. Well, hope everybody is doing okay and ready for an exciting week of whatever you're up to, ham radio, whatever. I've been messing with my new Zygu here. That little thing is interesting. It's a challenge. All right, so let me get down the list here real quick. LLR, ARK, 4B, GDN, NKL, JAL, and MEC. Anybody else want to join? All right then, Dave, take it away. WA4LLR, N4LQ.
Okay, N4LQ. And the old friends, WA4LLR. Well, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody is recovered from Shelby. And sure was good to see so many of you folks down there. Didn't get to make the net Sunday. Our return required 2 trips. We brought the camper back on Saturday evening, and we went down and broke down the tent, brought the cargo trailer back Sunday afternoon. So we were in transit about net time, but thoroughly enjoyed it. As has been said many times, the best weather I can ever remember for the Shelby Amfest. Let's see, running ART13 this morning and receiving on the R390A. 49 degrees, clear skies. You can tell fall is in the air. So, buddy, how are things down in your part of the world? WB4ARK, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, WB4ARK. Okay, Dave. Well, band is very quiet this morning, and all the signals are quite strong. It's very nice. Clear day, not a cloud in the sky so far, and looks like we're going to have some, yes, like you say, dry weather. And I did miss the Ham Fest, and I regret doing that, but it was to be. So we've gotten caught up on most of all of our projects that we were working on, and we do have a power supply that was ordered from Newark, and it seems to have a constant current issue, so we're going to have to look at sending that one back and get a replacement. It just doesn't put out the current that it should. It's a 10 amp supply at 30 volts, but just won't drive up on the current side. 59 degrees here at this time, so and I think we have 3 ART-13s on today. So that's pretty good. So we'll turn it over to KZ4B, WB4ARK.
Okay, WB4ARK and the group. This is KZ4 Bravo. Fine business, buddy. I'm having a big problem here with the my next door neighbor's lithium-ion battery charger is buzzing away. It's a 120 cycle note that is just it's S8. For the last few days, when I say few days, probably the last 4 or 5 days, the noise level here has been as low as S5 from the power line. Because it hasn't rained or anything, but the sun is bright, and so my next door neighbor's solar panels, which I don't think are that noisy, are feeding a lithium-ion battery charger that's noisy as hell. It's S8 every bit of, and I need to get clamp-on ferrite beads, or they're not beads, clamp-on ferrites, to try to hush that thing down. I need to get my butt in gear and get that done. But there must be some leaky insulators, because when it rains, it can be 10 over 9. I'm just in a very noisy neighborhood. There is some QS Baker, but conditions are generally good, or I couldn't hear anything. So over to you, George, K4GDN and the group KZ4 Bravo, over.
KZ4B and the group's K4GDN, and I'm covering everybody pretty well. The band's in great shape. There is a little bit of QSB, but everybody's coming through this through. Man, that's quiet. It's in the low to mid 70s here at Myrtle Beach. It's clear, and the humidity's down for a little bit, but that's saying it's going to be back up later on the weekend, where the temperature is supposed to be coming back up. No rain for the next few days anyway. We're running the Drake 4B station here today. Got the L4B tuned up where it was about 200 watts, and it looks like I'm kicking up a little over 100 on my voice peak, so it's a bit higher than that. It's an average meter, so it's a bit bit more than that. But I'm copying everybody well. Went to Shelby. Was not quite as big as I had hoped it to be. Looked like a lot of empty spaces up there. Saw a few people. I didn't buy anything. I was really kind of disappointed. Nobody had a lot of tubes, or at least I didn't see them wandering around. I was looking for some tubes. But anyway, be that as it will be. I'm not sure I would go back again next year or make a trip just for that. We also got to touch base with our friend's a real estate agent up there. We're looking about getting back up to the upstate. Contact with him. We're going to see him a little bit more the 1st of November. And looking forward to getting back up that way. And speaking of the 1st of November, hopefully I'll make the lunch at that in November. And get to see everybody there. Like I say, everybody's coming in here fairly well today. Not too bad at all. So with that, we'll turn it on over to you, Cliff. WB4NKL of the group, K4GDN.
K4GDN, that's WB4NKL. Well, I missed you there at Shelby, George. We were there Friday and Saturday, so just didn't cross paths there, I guess. I can tell you're on the Drake. It's S meter falls back to almost 0 when you're not talking, and it jumps up to S7 or so on the voice. So almost like looking at a sideband signal on the meter. But it sounds good, coming in real good from Shelby or from Myrtle Beach. John, sorry about the power line noise. Was talking to Gary a little bit down at the Hamfest. He's still finding it too, and they're supposed to be back out to change a bunch of pole hardware at his location. So hopefully they can quieten him down. I'm knock on wood. I don't have any noise here today. The S meter falls back to 0 on this Collins receiver when nobody's carrier's in there. So not much else going. Did enjoy the Hamfest, and looking forward to the next one. I don't know when that'll be. Go ahead, Jimmy. K4JAL, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, K4JAL. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm on the ART-13 in the Drake 2A or B or whatever it is. 2A. Out through an end-fed something or other. It's only about 35 feet high, so if I'm getting out, that's good. There are 4 ART-13s on today. By my count, if Charlie's going to be on one, that's pretty good. We've only got 8 people on the net altogether. And a word on Gary, I got a sneaky suspicion that he's enjoying this power line problem. Gives him something to work on. And of course, he'll have another project if he gets that cleared up, which I'm sure he will. W4MEC, K4JAL.
K4JAL and the group, W4MEC. Yeah, good morning, fellas. About 50 degrees here, clear, nice day. Yeah, I keyed up with the test key to look at my frequency, because if I key it with the hand mic, the dynamotor modulates it, and I can't get a steady reading. So now I'm a little bit low in frequency. Before I was a little high. So warming up. Let's see, George, I missed you. I was looking for you, but missed you at the Hamfest and asked around, and a couple fellows didn't see you, so they thought we didn't make it, which would be understandable at distance. Buddy, I wonder if that pot has a pot. I wonder if the power supply has a pot for overcurrent. I'm guessing that's what it is, and I've got a darn little bench supply here that I didn't realize how important this one adjustment was, and it actually sets the current limit, and if it's not set right, you won't get anything out of it as soon as as soon as you go up too high. Matter of fact, if you put the current limit on 0, it'll barely adjust the voltage out at all. So let's see. John, yeah, I bet you called the FCC or emailed them about the interference you're having to endure from those from that solar array. Someone said, I think I heard some comment somewhere that solar arrays were exempt from Part 15, but I don't know. I'd sure check into it, see if you can put some other pressure on him. He might be using a bunch of equipment from China that's not approved over here or something. Who knows? Let's see what else we got. The Apple Festival weekend was sort of a bust. As from what I can tell, this was the first year it was run by a contractor. They raised the rent. Let's say, like if you get you a space on Main Street, it almost used to be first come first served. This year they charged $2,000 to set up your food truck or your vendor bench. So there was hardly any locals, and one of the big farms here, Granddad's Apples, said, come out here free and set up. We'll have us an old-fashioned original Hendersonville Apple Fest. So a lot of the locals went out there and set up out there. So I don't know. It's kind of reminiscent of when that in Shelby, when they changed their mind on the Shelby Ham Fest, and Shelby moved to Dallas for 3 years, I think, before they woke up. So I think that we're in that boat right now. About the rain, it doesn't matter. I've checked the radar, seen an absolute beautiful day, and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll have one green cloud over me pouring rain. So all I could say is, the areas around here don't get rain, but we will. So anywho, Tailend Charlie goes back to N4LQ W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie, W4MEC, N4LQ, do we have any more check-ins? Okay, well, here in Shelby, we've got the annual North Carolina Liver Mush Festival coming up, let's see, October 18th. That's a few weeks, next month, I guess. It's called the Mush Music and Mutts Festival. So I think they have some kind of dog contest in addition to the liver mush tasting contest. Anyway, we got a new Longhorns opening here September 8th. So next week, get to go to Longhorns. I hope they do well, because there's been like 3 other steak places opened and closed in that same location. And there's, matter of fact, there's a steakhouse next door to it that's been closed for a year, and they couldn't make it. And it's part of it is the access. It's kind of hard to get to. Let's see. Too bad about the power supply, buddy. Hope Newark can take care of you. And John, okay on the 120 cycle noise. I tell you what, that's pretty bad. Fortunately, we don't have any noise here at all. It's and just like who was it? Cliff said, I've got a 75 A4 and the S meter goes down to 0 in between transmissions. When George was transmitting, it would jump up to S6, S7, something like that. It's a little bit stingy, but at the end really swings the S meter, but it sounds okay. I'm sure that if that was all carrier power, it would probably quieten down some of the noise if there were any. Let's see here, and of course our luncheon, Old Friends Luncheon, coming up this Thursday at the Golden Corral in Spartanburg. Usually try to get there before 11:30 or so. Bring something to sell in the parking lot. We always have a tailgate session. Everybody opens up the trunks and swaps stuff. So maybe you have something left over from Shelby or something that you bought and decided you didn't want it. Whoops. All right. Well, let's go ahead and make another round here. WA4LLR N4LQ.
N4LQ WA4WB N4LQ WB4ARK. What am I talking about? Anyhow, I wasn't sure about whether Jimmy had his ART-13 on today, so I just hedged on 3. So that's good. We got 4 on today. Well, Charlie, yeah, it has an adjustment for constant current, constant voltage, and it just doesn't seem to be working like it should. I can put loads on it, and it just doesn't seem like it's functioning correctly. Not compared to our other 5-volt supply, which works really good, but we can't get the current out of this one on the same circuit. So we can get almost 5 amps out with his, but we can't get anywhere close to that with this new one. So that's the deal there. And John, on your, I have not had very much luck with the clamp-on toroids or devices to cut down on noise, ceramic or powdered iron type devices. The regular toroid, where you can run wire through it and make a circle by passing it through many times, seems to work much better. And this has been going on for several years now, and I think you should get off I think you should get to work and do something, to put it nicely. And it seems like this fella is, from what you say, is approachable, and would maybe be inclined to allow you to make a couple of additions to his unit with a toroid of the frequency range that you need. And I would definitely get the toroid that has the frequency range that you're looking for. And you can find companies that have those to sell, and get the correct one before you tackle this job. So that's my take on it. While it's doing it, I will get it, see if I could get it under control. I have had success with devices before, and it does seem to work. So I would definitely put a plus on that. I guess that's about it. So KZ4B, WB4ARK.
Okay, WB4ARK in the group. KZ4 Bravo, coming in nicely, buddy. Most are. That's saving me today because the noise is quite horrendous. Charlie, I checked into the law. I even talked to a girl at the FCC, and any solar system that is not tied to the grid is considered exempt. But if it is tied to the grid, then they have to, I think it's Part 97, not to interfere rule applies. and they're definitely, my next door neighbor is definitely tied to the grid. So he is under the jurisdiction of the FCC, and so, you know, if I wanted to, I could involve them, and I may end up doing that before it's over. But the guy is a really nice guy, but I like to consider it more a hobby than a political statement. He has a Lightning electric Ford pickup truck. He's got a Tesla and vehicle, and he's got all the trimmings with his solar system. I think he paid $72,000 for it, and he's paying for it over the next 30 years on time at $200 a month. And I don't think the system is going to last as long as the payments, but that's his problem. So I'm just going out of my way to try to not give him a hard time, because he paid a company to do it right, and they're the ones that screwed up. And so I'd go after the company first, not him. And it's really bad. Normally in the mornings during the summer, it's overcast enough that the charger's not going bananas. But today it's a bright sunny day, and the batteries discharged last night, so the charger is just going crazy. As far as toroids, you're absolutely right, buddy. But the problem is, I don't want to mess with the wiring. I don't mind clamping clamp-on ferrite to an existing wire, but I don't want to disconnect anything and reconnect it. It has to remain intact if I'm going to make a modification. And if I touch it, I think they would try to blame me. So, you know, if nothing else, with the clamp-ons, I can pop them off in record time. I have a MFJ 175 75 amp 16.1 volt max a power supply that I use with my SGC Power Cube for sideband, and I use it all the time, and it chirps. It goes chirp, 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 and go figure. And I've got 8 ferrite beads, or not beads, the clamp-ons on the output, and 2 on the input. And it has completely eliminated the chirp. So if you throw enough beads at it, it can improve the situation. And so that's kind of what I'm stuck with if I'm going to try to cure it. And unfortunately, and so there we are. I did greatly enjoy shifting gears, the Ham Fest, and enjoyed seeing everybody, and it's addictive. I thought that I heard Brian Harrison check in, but he's not in the lineup, so it must be my imagination. I need to call Brian and see if he's going to the luncheon, because if we're going to ride together, I need to know that. Because I'm definitely coming, Steve, one way or the other, either with Brian or without. And so that's the deal. I rambled on enough already. So over to George. K4GDN and the group KZ4B over.
KZ4B and the group's K4GDN. It's kind of interesting what Steve was saying about the way the Drake kicks the S meters around, but that is one of the issues with this control carrier type thing. The Drakes are well known for doing that, but at least it's getting out. And like I say, I am kicking well over 100 watts on the peak, so if that was real AM, it would be quite a bit. And I like the Drake unit. They've done well. The only problem that I see really with the L4B is you can't get 160 meters on it. And if I had the right crystals, I could get the transmitter and receiver. I've got one crystal, but I would really like to have two. I need another 12.6. And then I could run 160. And if I wanted to use a linear, I could go into my Kenwood 24 and use it. It would work fine. I have used it before. It was great. Anyway, that's about all from here. I'm going to say 73 on this round, but I'm going to listen to the end. So with that, we'll pass it on to Cliff. WB4NKL of the group, K4GDN.
Okay, George, K4GDN, it's WB4NKL. Steve, did Dave check out?
I didn't hear him check out, and for some reason, Buddy went. So, Dave, are you still here?
Yep, I am.
Sorry, we missed you there, because I'm pretty sure I turned it over to you. Why don't you go ahead and make a transmission, and then we'll let Cliff go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you did turn it to me. And Buddy almost used my call coming back. Oh, me. I got a chuckle out of that one. Anyway, let's see. Charlie, interesting about the Apple Festival activities. And it does kind of remind me of Shelby, and we went to Dallas for 5 years. They signed a contract down there for 5, so it was out of the fairgrounds for 5 years. And Jimmy, you're right, 4 ART-13s on today, half the net running ARTs. That's pretty interesting. Let's see, the next Ham Fest. I didn't realize there were 2 at Dalton in a year, but you said the one that used to be at Prater's Mill has moved up there too. I guess the next one for me is probably going to be the Antique Radio Museum in Asheville on the 20th. And George, I agree with you. I was amazed. Usually there's tons of tubes at Shelby, and I hardly saw any this year. John, sorry about your solar charger noise. Those things are famous for that. Don, N4YN, had a solar system that just, it basically made his operation impossible during the daytime. It was terrible. He finally got rid of it. And Buddy, sorry you didn't make Shelby. Miss seeing you down there. And Steve, the Livermush Festival. I know Marion has one. I didn't realize Shelby had one as well. I like Livermush pretty good. Well, let's see what's going on in the world. Solar, sunspot count's 165. Solar flux index is 202, and the K is 4.33. They were saying we were going to have a CME impact today, but it got here early, hit us at 5 o'clock yesterday, and got up to the G2 level of geomagnetic storm, a moderate storm. But it's kind of dying down now, so I'm glad we got that and got it over with. A few items from this day in history. The big news, of course, in 1945 on this day, Japan surrendered, bringing an end to World War II. On this day in 1666, the Great Fire of London began, which destroyed the biggest part of the city. On this day in 1789, Congress founded the U.S. Treasury. And on this day in 1969, the first ATM in the United States opened in New York. So that sure had an effect on the way people do business. Gentlemen, I'm going to say 73 on this one. Everybody have a great day. And Lord willing, we'll catch up with you on Thursday. Thanks for calling it, Steve. 7-3, God bless. Down to you, Cliff. WB4NKL, WA4LLR.
Okay, Dave, WA4 LLR is WB4NKL. I was scratching my head there. I wondered what happened to you. We got you in there. Yeah, I don't guess I'll try to go down to Dalton. It's an unknown. It don't cost anything. It's a freebie. They don't have the buildings down there at the fairgrounds, so it's just an outside deal. So I won't get to make the luncheon this Thursday. We're heading up to see the Ark in northern Kentucky. A trip we planned on a couple years ago, and daughter's wanting to take us up there to see that. So that'll be Thursday. And the Hamfest situation, I don't guess I'll get to make Lawrenceville this year. We got a wedding coming up on that date, and let's see, that's about it Hamfest wise that I'd planned on attending. So might be over with for the year. Charlie, that's something. $2,000 for a flea market spot. I hope these Hamfest don't get that expensive. That's more than I'd make the whole Hamfest season, I think. So it'd be pretty stiff fee there. I thought Dayton was bad at $75. I think they get for a spot. Guess I'll say 73s and get out here and get to walking before it gets any warmer. It started out at 52. It's already up to 57 here, so it's warming up fast, but it's supposed to stay in the 70s. Go ahead, Jimmy. Thanks for calling it, Steve. Go ahead, Jimmy. K4JAL, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, K4JAL. Well, things are rolling along pretty good here. I'm trying to look at my signal, and I'm good. I really enjoy the ART-13, guys. Everybody that helped me get it going, appreciate it. Mainly Buddy. He's the man. And John, I got to say one thing. You need an award for being a good neighbor, putting up with that crap with the attitude you've got. Kudos to you. I guess I'll check out, go on about my way. So over to you, Charlie. W4MEC K4JAL 73.
Okay, Jimmy, K4JAL in the group W4MEC. Well, I'm about as low in frequency as I was high when we started. It averaged out. All right. I got to give, like Cliff said, kudos to John. Boy, I'd be pretty upset. I'd be writing letters and calling FCC. I mean, if that was my primary interest was ham radio and I couldn't do it because of my neighbor's solar array, I wouldn't be sitting there. I don't care if he is a good guy. He's not a very good guy to you. He's not trying to fix the problem, so you're having to do all the legwork. So I guess he doesn't want to, since he had it professionally installed, he wouldn't do things like if you made up a toroid like Buddy is describing, if you made one up of the proper cable size ahead of time, and maybe put it in a box and just gave him two pigtails, or maybe even set it up where there was had a pigtail to go to his whatever, and a stud that the cable was originally going to, where all you have to do is splice it in. Doesn't sound like he'd want to do that either. So anyway, yeah, you're bending over backwards there. So, but cutting into your hobby time. So I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. My tree sundial is indicating the sun is definitely moving back to the south. It's, you know, my two trees that every morning I stand in the exact same spot to hang up a bird feeder and look between them. And on the summer solstice, the sun is to the left and halfway split on the left tree, and on the winter it's to the right, halfway split on right tree, and right now it's almost in the middle, so got a little bit more to go between the two of them. So it's definitely heading towards winter. So anyway, I hold on to the official 73 round, but let's see, back to Steven for LQ W4VC.
All right, do we have any late check-ins? It's N4LQ. I don't know about that solar stuff. From what I can understand, John, that is a hobby because there's no financial sense to any of it. He's paying $200 a month, which is a fairly stout electric bill. He's paying that for the solar array. After 30 years, over 30 years, I think you said. Well, that thing, it won't last 30 years. I guarantee you it won't. It'd be doing good to make it 10. And so he's got his hobby and you got yours, but I don't think I would complain unless I did something about it. Just enjoy the noise. That's all I can say. Clamp on toroids, or well, not toroids, but ferrites. They're okay, but in big wire like that, you're only going to get one turn. And typically, you would use a 31 mix toroid for that kind of problem, and you would wrap the cable anywhere from 8 to 15 turns around it. And if it's a great big wire, I'm not sure how big these are. You're not going to get 18 turns, but every turn gives you more impedance to the noise, and you just get one turn on a clamp end. So I would get a whole bunch of them and clamp them on there, and there's probably more than one wire that you got to do. Anyway, let's see. No tubes at Shelby, Dave. I was about to complain about it. Everywhere I looked, I saw people selling tubes, but yeah, it's just a matter of what you see, I guess. I saw lots of tubes. Matter of fact, I was there Thursday, and some guy had a huge box full of tubes he's trying to sell, and I noticed Cliff was looking for a tube for me, and there it was, man. I saw about a dozen of them. So anyhow, let's see. I guess we've talked about the luncheon, Hamfest. Well, there's a Rock Hill Hamfest coming up October the 4th. That's probably the next one around here, and it's rather small, but it's let's see, $5 admission, $10 for the tailgate, and it's a nice little Hamfest. You might find something there. Rock Hill, South Carolina, just below Charlotte. Probably too far a drive for most of you guys over there. Anyhow, I think that's going to do it for today. Everybody's checked out except for Buddy and John and Charlie. So with that, we'll make this the official 73 round. Turn it over to Buddy, WB4ARK, N4LQ.
WB4, N4LQ, WB4ARK. Well, normally I don't click the mic on until I have a little delay, but I guess Dave wasn't quick enough getting in there, so I tromped on him. Well, I'm not going to say I'm sorry, because they say that's a sign of weakness, but I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those things that happens once in a while, and I apologize for it happening. Well, John, I think you definitely have heard from the net their opinion, and I feel the same way. I did not have any problems going to my next door neighbor when their light system was tearing up my amateur radio, and getting that under control and going to the FCC about it. And so I think you're in your right. And so that is that, and the sooner the better. Yes, that's a lot of money to pay for a system. That's so 10 years, $2,000, 20 years, $4,400. Well, that's a good bit of money. But I think you said you paid. I think you paid. No, that's per month. Per month. So $2,200 times 12 is $2,400 per month, per year, and so for 10 years that would be $24,000. So that's a pretty good bit, and then times 3 is $72,000. So you've paid for the unit in that 30-year period. Well, I don't know. That's a lot of money to put into a system that is causing so much grief with your neighbor. So anyway, I'll say 73, and we'll turn it over to John. KZ4B, WB4ARK. And thanks for calling.
Okay, WB4ARK and the group KZ4B, fine business, buddy, coming in quite nicely. Everybody, the signals are strong, thank God, or I wouldn't hear anybody. Thanks for calling the net, Steve, and I will have to try the clamp-on beads. I have amassed quite a number of them. They are not free, but I want to give that a shot, and if that doesn't do it, then that may be war. We'll see. I'm trying to keep peace as long as I can, and but I do need to be able to hear. And by the way, my BHI DSP noise canceller desktop speaker is doing a great job trying to handle it, because if I didn't have that, I'd be out of business. I mean, I really couldn't hear anybody. It's so loud and so obnoxious. But it only happens if it's a sunny day, and of course we need sunny days. So anyway, appreciate all the feedback, and hope everybody has a great week. I'm going to try and make it to the luncheon on Thursday. Steve, I'll head your way one way or another as far as I know. And I am not going to, the way things are right now, I'm not going to try to make it to the Lawrenceville Ham Fest this year. And that'll be the first year I've missed in quite a while. But not a bad little ham fest, but there was some scheduling iffiness, and I couldn't nail anything down, so I said, I'm not going to get any motel reservations because I don't know the situation. So, 7-3s all around, and let's see, I'm not sure who it goes to, Steve, so if you know who you are, pick it up and straighten it out, Steve, if nobody picks it up. This is KZ4B Clear. Bye-bye.
I think it's me, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, KZ4B and the group W4MEC. John, I don't know if you've got a genuine noise canceller that goes in your antenna line, but I finally put my ANC4 in line, and it with the antenna just in the shack. And matter of fact, what it is, my antenna in the shack is a wire that I strung from one corner to the other diagonally to hang models off of. I got a B-17 hanging off this wire. It's right there. It's right there. It probably doesn't hang down more than a 1/4 inch. I pulled it tight, you know, and with a turnbuckle. And the way my room was laid out, it wasn't hard to put in 2 little eye bolts there into the trim up top. And anyway, it nulls that plasma TV down to nothing. And you might look into a ANC4 or something like that, and with a properly oriented antenna, and maybe that would kill it. I don't know. So it'd be worth a try anyway. So anyway, you're a good guy for putting up with it, but darn, you know, it's killing your interest. So maybe you need to start doing some hand loads and just shooting some targets there alongside of the house there, and see if he gets tired of that real quick. So we'll look for you fellas on well, Thursday hopefully, and I'll get that message out about the lunch. I forgot to do that. I got to go do that today. Right now. So thanks for running the net, Steve. We'll see you later on down the log, as they say. 7-3 all in 4LQ W4MEC.
Okay. Yeah, John, get you some chickens and some roosters. All right. Appreciate everybody checking in. 73s, and this will be N4LQ closing the Old Friends Net.